And welcome here to MoreTalkFCB, and welcome back to the channel here today, guys, where I think it's really interesting to look in to Joan Laporta's recent words on exactly why he decided to sack Xavi Hernandez back in 2024. And Laporta spoke very recently about this and gave us a few more insights, because remember, it was such a weird time. It was all a strange series of events there. Xavi 1 minute was leaving of his own accord. He wanted to step back. He wanted to walk away. Then he decided, actually, I want to stay on. And the board wanted him to stay. They were trying to convince him to remain at the club. And then after he had agreed to stay, they sacked him. Now, what on earth happened in all of that time? And Laporta here has again sort of opened up on what went on behind the scenes. It was all revolving, of course, around that famous press conference ahead of facing Almeria, where Xavi appeared to cast doubt on whether Barca were ready to be competitive. Because Laporta said recently Xavi had announced his departure himself. He said that he would leave the club at the end of the season. But then he asked to meet me at my home to explain that in reality, he wanted to continue, and he felt the need to. And Laporta went on to say, I only asked him one thing. When he came to me, when he wanted to stay, when he wanted to continue, when he changed his mind, all that I asked him was one thing. Xavi, do you believe in this team? And he replied, I believe 100%, and I will make these players champions. Now, Laporta then goes on to say that 1 week later, that was all that it was, just 1 week later, I heard him say in a press conference that he and the team would need 2 years to be properly competitive. And Laporta said, I thought, what is this? What has happened here? What is going on? And he said that Xavi later spoke with Deco about the possibility of changing several first-team players and feeling the need to really revamp the squad in order to make it properly competitive. And Laporta went on to say, as you know, I've got so much respect for Xavi, but his words really did affect me deeply. They were very powerful. He said, we've had to make tough decisions before with Messi, with Alba, Busquets, Piqué, and now Xavi, and even Ronald Koeman, of course. But he said at Barca, the institution always comes first. It is above the players, it's above the presidents, and the coaches. So Laporta openly coming out and basically telling us what we suspected. That was a big press conference from Xavi. Those were big words that ultimately affected his future. And to be fair to Xavi, even he has come out in the aftermath here of his sacking, and he's admitted there was a lot to learn. There's a lot that he can learn from his time at Barca in terms of maybe those standards did drop. He was not the same coach as when he first arrived at Barca in terms of the players there respecting him and performing at their absolute best. So I think there's lots that everybody really can learn on all sides here. But I do just wonder, it's interesting timing from Laporta in terms of these words here, talking about Xavi's sacking after Xavi, of course, just recently appeared at Victor Font's campaign launch. So you do wonder here, is there a little bit more going on in the background? But I just wanted to bring you those words there from Laporta. I thought they were very interesting. They were good insights. And what do you make of that decision, especially now, looking back in hindsight? Do let me know your thoughts, guys. I will see you soon, hopefully more often here over on the second channel, but I appreciate all of your support. Thank you indeed for watching. But until next time, as always, Vasca, El Barça.